So I snuck into a neighborhood under construction, and there's a lot of obstacles there which will enable me to test all kinds of landscapes without traveling to an actual trail. My goal was to finish testing what I wanted to test without being run over by a bulldozer or being impaled by a metal rod within the construction zone. Since I'm risking my life here for all of you guys, please give me a thumbs up as it will help me grow my channel and hopefully prevent me from dying. My first test was just an area of hard-packed dirt, similar to what you find in a trail. The AT2 effortlessly completed this portion of the test. It felt quite smooth, and I definitely feel confident on this type of terrain. I would have gone a bit faster, but since this was my first all-terrain experience, I held back slightly. But don't worry, I'll pick up speed towards the end of the test. The second test was going uphill. It's maybe a 15 to 20% slope with vegetations and all kinds of rocks. A perfect place to test climbing. Note, I was in gear 3 and not in turbo. Uphill and bumpy road makes me feel the board is not stable enough. While it was okay for the first test, this is where I feel less confident as the board is becoming too responsive when I needed more balance. I had to stop and tighten the bushings by half a turn before continuing down the hill. The AT2 did struggle in some places on the slope when it comes to moving from a complete standstill. But from reviewing the video, it seems like the back wheel was stuck in a small ditch and the front wheels were right in front of a bump. Aside from that, I had no other issues with it on the way up, and the board felt like it had plenty of power going up as long as you kept moving. On the way down, I did notice this board went over and cleared a lot of rocks that I thought might scratch the bottom of the board. It manages to clear the entire slope without being scratched. There is an amazing clearance space on the bottom of the board. Looking at the tire treads, it's more designed for street and road riding, as the treads look like car tires rather than studded tires designed for off-roading. I think if you studded the tires, you could get a lot more off-roading performance out of it. My last test was a speed test, trying to go as fast as I could on hard dirt mixed with sharp rocks. You don't even feel the rocks. The ride was smooth and I still have full control of the board. This type of hard dirt terrain is, I feel, where the board really shines. You have control, you have speed, and you have balance on this type of terrain. I've also taken it on grass, but it looks like the lawn was just watered. You can actually hear puddles of water under the grass. This is where the board suffers a bit on wet grass, as it has no grip and can't even make up this hill. On flat lawns, it feels just fine. I would imagine it would have more grip in a drier environment, but wet grass is no-go. Lastly, my board now looks like it's been through Operation Desert Storm and needs a bit of cleaning, so make sure you grab a can of compressed air and a wet towel. It will take only about 5 minutes and your board will look new again. As a summary, I like the AT2's off-road capability. It will do great on mountain bike trails and has very high clearance. Make sure you tighten your bushings as the board behaves differently off-road where you want more stability. The tires could also use more studs as they're designed for concrete surfing, which is fine for me as I don't plan to do much off-roading. The AT2 packs a lot of power for uphill, though it wouldn't do well in wet grass as the type of tires just has no grip in this kind of conditions. Overall, I give this board an 8 out of 10 for off-roading. I took off 1 point for tire treads, and I took off another point for uphill power when starting from a complete standstill. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, a thumbs down if you don't, and let me know what I can improve. Thank you so much for your help. It actually takes a very long time to create these videos. I have to go out there, film everything, and then come back, script, edit, and upload. The whole entire process takes half a day, more than 6 hours. So any like and subscribe to support me would definitely go a long way. Thank you so much for your support.